Hey everyone, Ben here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up for yourself each and every day. Gonna do a Sunday morning ink blot. I don't know if this energy will carry through by the time this dries and we go over it, but everything's kind of been backwards this morning, like physically backwards. It feels off. Uh, I feel the energy is just distant, if we will. We're gonna use orange, red, green, brown, and then white. I'll show you what I dropped and then what came through, and we'll go from there. See you in a bit. Hey everybody, you should be able to see what I dropped and then what came through. So the whiteboard decided not to work today. I don't know if you have to pay now, so I'll try to show you, but right off in the beginning, for some reason I saw this as a bug, and then this portion here as extremely large ears. And I can't re-see it in my mind, but I know it was there. And I think this is I stared at it for a while then before filming this, and I just couldn't get that out of my head. So I think this really is coming into for someone that is a very clairaudient or receives communication maybe through noises, so, synchronicities, and or actually hearing messages that you can't see anything, but you know it's from something else. It is not a coincidence. It is not uh, just noises. They are messages. They are confirmations. They are reassurances. It is communication, and you know it's there. Now, when I started with the colors, uh, I started with the sacral, orange, and we can look at our creativity. And then I had red for the root. And then we went with uh, green and brown initially was for earth. It was earthly tones. We can look at the green as the heart, and white was to spruce things up a bit. So going off this clairaudient aspect and being anchored here into earth, while having this ability, this connection to other realms or spirits, however it is, uh, we have this ability, and it's led with how can we express it? How can we utilize it? Are we just in a place that, hey, this is just a communication I have every day, and it's just kind of personal to me. I don't go around telling everybody this because they think I'm crazy or they wouldn't understand. And the connection that I have with whomever or whatever I'm communicating with is, very personal to me. And, we have our own little jokes or, whatever it is. But how can we turn this into something? How can we use this in this earthly realm? And or maybe we also need to be a bit grounded at times with the root and the earthly tones here on this aspect of are we getting a little carried away? As in, if we do have this ability, do we know who it is at all times that we're communicating with? And that's not like no shame here. It is just the idea that uh, if we're tuned into that frequency, not everybody on the other end is for our highest and greatest, experience. Uh, these two red dots here, and the brown is kind of standing up as satellites, as in uh, something external of us is catching, the broadcast. And who is who in the zoo? As in, can we be mindful? Also, I forgot when I was looking at, these as the ears, this, it doesn't look like it, but I saw it as like a different entity, and not so much as something separate from us. It is us. but it is a different version of us, if that makes sense. And it's on the tone of like maybe our higher self, or a different timeline of ourself in a different realm. It is us. And through the ear, this overgrown aspect, this communication, this ability is, where did it go? It is, it's trying to, and I don't want to say this like not to be taken the wrong way, but it's trying to take a form in our experience, as in, I don't want to say come more online, but uh, utilize itself here in this form. And we would have to go through that bit of integration. We'd have to play with it a little bit. We'd have to be open with it. We'd have to be imagine imaginary. I don't know if that's the right word. We'd have to open our mind a bit to allow this to fully take form to its fullest potential, without our limiting beliefs. And the big thing is there's no way to prove it. There's no way to see it. It is inside. The Empress, nurturing soul. We can do so much with this, in this, bringing this in, especially with that creativity. But also, we have to be like, think of that great mother and the children there are playing and using their imagination. And she's there really letting them grow and go far with it. And she's supportive of it. They're in a happy place. They're growing. They're playing. How can we allow this ability to be like that without placing so much of a hold on it with our 3D dense, perspectives or mindset here? A Nine of Wands reversed, vulnerability. This is going into two things here. We're going to go with, who is connecting in this way, and trying to get, if you're not already there, getting to a point where we know who is who. If this is our normal communication, or if this is something different, or if it's just a whole bunch and we assume it's from the same, but it's not from the same. This is also going into expressing this in a creative way, or helping others with this, would take us into a vulnerable state to be judged or viewed in a certain light. And really coming into a place where we're leading for us and those that it will help, not those that have a problem with it or are jealous, but yet turn the coin in a different direction to make it not look that way, knocking you down. A King of Cups reversed, manipulation. This is touching on both those two things we just talked about. Who might be coming through in this fashion that doesn't have the greater good for you in mind, as well as those that have a problem with your ability when you start to express it. There's a need to get grounded in the ability, but also in self. And being in that space is great. It is. But sometimes we can get a bit too far in it, and we can't really exist. I mean, we can exist, but it's uncomfortable being here on earth. And if we're too far on earth and we're this spiritual being, it's really hard to be there as well. So how can we find this balance in between of I'm feeling like Reiki right now, this energy, this balance between the density, I always call it the fucking density, the D, the heaviness of earth, and the spirituality right in the middle. as well as with this ability to keep us protected and anchored and sane in our energy while utilizing both to help both. I mean, you could be helping spirits. Maybe you're not even helping people. Maybe you pick up on those that are stuck in the in-between, that didn't really want to let go of the material aspect or their identity here. And this is all they knew. Death card reversed. Fear of change. This is, in our experience, how people view us. And it's also allowing this to come in. If we remember how I mentioned about, it's kind of like a different entity, but it's not. It's a different aspect of self that we may reject a bit because we don't know it. We don't know what it's trying to do. Why are you here? Why are you trying to show yourself through me when really it is me? Kind of feeling. And maybe we're more worried about how people are going to perceive us here in the 3D on Earth. Maybe we're spooked about it. Maybe we don't understand it very much. A Five of Pentacles. A hardship underneath vulnerability. This can, when we spoke about vulnerability, we spoke about both parties. We spoke about spirit that doesn't have the best interest, that may mess with us. Maybe they're jealous on the spiritual realm of who we are, or what we are capable of or going to accomplish, and they could put ideas in our head and lead us down a path that we think we're getting guidance to go towards something, when really it's a dead end, and we put ourselves in hardship. This also can take place here if on that vulnerability card we also talked about showing ourselves in a certain way, and that rejection or response comes back from people around us, and we find ourselves isolated or abandoned, and we could taint our reputation of some sort. This fear is around this. But if the calling's true and you have that ability for the creativity, why not? We have the High Priestess, intuition, you know. This is also underneath manipulation, which is going back and forth between these two things of trusting yourself. At the end of the day, anybody that has these abilities, that connects, that talks to others, in whatever form it is, they're not in control of you. You make the decision. We see it as something external, and they know something, and they must be more intelligent and all of this. You are that. You just don't know that right now, or you don't see it that way. You are that. And that's what's here too. So what's true to you is the truth, no matter what. If somebody tells us something and we don't believe it, we don't believe it. If somebody tells us something, we believe it, we become it. We are what we believe. But this is you. This part is always you, your intuition, you know. And if you're not ready to do something, then don't do it. If somebody's forcing something or rushing or anything like that, and there's all that resistance that I have to do this right now or whatever, no, we're not doing that. You do what's right for you, and wherever you're meant to be, you're going to be, and you're going to get there when you want to get there. You take your time, you trust yourself before and beyond anything else. We're going to leave this here. If this resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you're interested or need any help with anything else, check out oceanprizes.com. See ya.